Hello y'all. I want to make a video about doing the filter cleaning, so that's what we're going to do today. It's going to be a fairly long video. Hopefully this works out. I got a fairly big fish load here. There's probably like 30 fish in there, and sitting between 1,100 gallons, somewhere in there. I thought it was 14 before, but I did some remeasuring and I think I'm closer to 1,100. But anyways, we're gonna give them a little food here to start, and then we're gonna get over there to start cleaning this filter. That's now the reason I want to clean it is because it's been about 3 weeks. I like to do it about every 3 weeks, and actually I'm pretty much forced to do it because I've been giving them so many extra foods that my filter is starting to take a beating. But that's okay. And that side over there was 3 inches, 3.5 maybe. This side you can see it drops from one side to the other. If I can get that tape measure straightened out, 10 inches on this side. So yeah, we got like a 7-inch drop from one end to the other, and you can see that the K1 is very low water in there too. So it really drops right before this. The first one is where it's taking most of the drop. So I got to unscrew this little plate here. I made this little plate here just to hold all the pads down so they can't move. When I didn't have this plate, they were kind of leaning towards the K1. So I shut everything off here. I'm gonna take these little things off, and as you can see, I shut the pumps off and the air off, and the water level rises because it's not. It's gonna be the exact same as the pond level now. So it's kind of like the same thing as when the power goes out. So now I'm gonna finish taking these wing nut things off. hold the pads down, and then you'll see what's underneath this. So this is like a cattle trough that these things are all tied onto, and you'll see it in a minute here. They call these Metallomats, and these Metallomats come in different thicknesses. You can see them all there except for the black one I don't use because it's very, very coarse, and it really wouldn't do anything for me unless I was going on a long trip and I don't want to. If I change it every 3 weeks, then I don't have to worry about this being this, like I'm using the very, very thick ones. So the blue is actually the second thickest, and the gray is the thickest. So, and you can see, I don't know if you noticed that, but there was some koi teeth. This filter's so good that even the koi teeth get all sucked up in there, and I got a little collection of them I'll show you later. So here I am taking out these mats. And I'm gonna get ready to clean them up. You can see how dirty it is in that side of the filter. We got going on here. Oh, this is part of the water change system. I usually have that tucked in behind the mats. It goes over to I make sure that there's no air in that line, and then in that little pipe over there, that black one there, the exact pond level where the other end is will be the same, so it can drain. So I take these over to my little shop sink here, and it just so worked out so well that they're the exact same size to fit in there like that, it's like a holder while I rinse them. So I'll crank my taps up, get my garden hose here. Don't even have to pressure wash them, don't have to do anything. Really, it's really easy to clean these. So here I am. I'll get these things all cleaned up here if I can get my hose going here, dealing with one arm. So so I'm actually, I recorded this video before, and now here I am just talking about it as I'm playing it and watching it. So that's kind of how it's going, if you haven't figured that out, I guess. So this would be the mat that's closest to the K1, which would be the cleanest mat, because the blunt of all the dirt and everything gets in the very end where the water comes in. So you can see how clean this is. It's hardly, well, there's some dirt, but not much. So as we get cleaning out the other mats, they get dirtier and dirtier. And so that one's all done. Yeah, put that in there, the done pile. Let's do another one. There we go. Let's grab it here. Oh, you can see how dirty those other ones were. This one's a little dirtier than the one we just did. This will be the one that's second and closest to the K1. Oh yeah, now we're gonna get into the real gross one. Yeah, this is the one that took the blunt. This isn't even isn't even the thickest mat, but it's the dirtiest because it's closest to where all the water comes in. So we're gonna rinse that off, and it actually cleans pretty easily. And my little shop sink there, I gotta, sometimes when it gets real bad, I gotta take my garden hose and spray it down the hole there just to clean the drain out, but it works pretty good. It's all soft, rotten food and fish poop. It's not anything that'll plug anything up or anything, as long as I just spray down there once in a while. So I put a new polyester quilt batting piece on there, and that's what holds the K1 in place better. Is basically it seals off all the edges so the K1 can't sneak past the mats. If the power goes out, if the power's on, there's no way it will, because the water's flowing the opposite way. So, and you can see the mats. There. They're covered in that polyester. So now I got a garden hose here, and I'm gonna take this. I'm just siphoning water into my floor drain in the shop, and I'm gonna clean all the dirt and stuff that's left behind before I put those mats back in. We're gonna suck all the dirt off, clean up this as good as we can. We don't want to leave any dirt in there because it'll, cause health issues with the fish. So this is something that I've been doing the last couple of times. I'll put this net here when I'm almost done, and I'll just put the siphoning water into the net. I'll go back over here and I'll suck up those teeth that I mentioned earlier. I had some teeth there that I seen. I'm going to find them here. I don't know if you'll be able to see them. It's too dark over where they're at. I can kind of see them there. Yeah, and anyway, the garden hose is going to suck those teeth up. It's just the current, the way the current goes, the teeth end up always in the same spot. And yeah, koi do have teeth, but they're way deep inside, and they're like, fish lose their teeth as they grow. Constantly losing teeth, constantly growing new teeth. So here I am switching out the blue one that's closest to the K1. I like to do that once in a while. I don't do it every time, but I like to do it at least every second filter cleaning. And that way I make sure that one's flowing nice and clean too. So okay, I'll shut the water off. What I'm doing here now is I'm just making it so that I'm gonna get ready for the next time I do a filter cleaning. This is the only thing I use this garden hose for. Usually, I guess I shouldn't lie like that. Sometimes I use it for other things, but in the winter time, this is all I use it for. I'll put this all together, and now the hose is still full of water, so that way I don't have to try to start a siphon. You know how fun it is to put your lips on something that's got fish poop in it. So, so now I'm cleaning that last mat that I switched out, and that's going to end up being. I'm going to switch the mats out. It's going to end up closest to the intake where the water comes into the filter. So this one used to be right beside the right beside the K1. Here we are. Now we're putting our mats back in place here, and you can see where I got the little rubber hose for the water change system. That's a very clean area that hardly gets dirty. That's why I put it there. I'll put all these mats back in, the nice thick ones. We're gonna put all the mats back, and I got that blue one left. I think I gotta bring that one next here. Where's it at? Sideways film there. So here we are. Yeah, we're picking that up. We're gonna put it into the bin, and we're gonna take it over there and put that one closest to the intake. So that's closest to the pond, this one. There we go. Get in there. Yeah, the film guy was holding the camera upside down, it looks like. Sorry about that. It's hard to get good help. We're gonna put that on place now. You can see all the mats just fit in there snug. Now I got my board back on. I just got to put my nuts back on there. I put a washer on, and this actually sucks down to hold everything in place. And when I put pressure on it and push down on it, it expands it and makes it so that nothing can squeeze by the sides. And I use that polyester batting too. You can buy that batting at any at Walmart. That's one of the best places to get it. Now this is my filter. This is my water change system here. I'm going to take that off right now if I can get it with one hand. Kind of tough to do. get it with one hand, put it back down all the way. Now the water is gonna start pouring into the thing here. This is me making sure that my line is all nice and clear. And you can see it just picked up pace and is starting to go fast. So I know that the line is clear and there's nothing plugging it. Now I'll put it back on there if I can do that with one arm. Try to. Yeah. If I hold my tongue right, we'll get it. Yeah, camera guy. Okay, anyway, it's back in place. I've got the pumps turned on here. There's 2 pumps running the system. Now you can see the water level has dropped because I used some siphoning action to clean this pad. Now this kind of is important to me. Every time I disturb this stuff, you know, whether it me shutting off for any reason, I always like to put some of this in there just because I know I've killed off a little bit of the bacteria that have been established. So I give it another shot of good bacteria just to get things going again and make sure I don't disturb it, just because I have such a large fish load. So this filter here, I'm not going to clean today, but when I do clean it, I'll just attach a hose to where that red valve is there, and then I'll run it over to the floor drain. Yeah, I'm pointing at it there. And it'll run over to the floor drain, and then all I have to do is turn that towards that red valve, turn the red valve on, and turn the pump on. It'll pump all the water out of the pond into that floor drain. And if I use that crank at the same time, it cleans it. It's one of those filters that you don't have to ever open. So now I'm getting my water set back to where it was. I got little marks on there so I know where to set it. That hot one gets shut right off. And there is my automatic filling. This is what fills the pond up. So since I took some out, you can see the water pouring in there. This top part here is flowing because part of the pump goes into the top part and circulates to the other side. Now, so here's my water monitoring system. I was cleaning it with distilled water just to just to get it nice and clean and everything. And I've been using this thing, you know, all the time. I love it. It keeps good tabs of my water. I can tell what it's been like. I know if you know, if my fish load is getting too big. I can tell that, and I haven't had any problems yet. I think when I first put it in, it wasn't quite calibrated right because my pH has been high since the start. And when I do a litmus test with it with paper, it's not right. It's not the exact same. So like when I look at the reading on here, it'll be 8 something, which is still in good range for koi. But when I do litmus paper, it's, you know, in the low 8s instead. So so I know it's not calibrated quite right. But as long as I know about it and I can kind of just keep it, you know, as long as it stays pretty consistent. If it starts getting spikes and stuff, I know my fish load's getting too high. So here's these koi teeth. So I got these koi teeth going on here, and I've been collecting them. The last filter change, I collected them too, so that's what I got so far. That's how good that filter is. It'll pick even a pebble out of there. The intake side is all downhill, so everything rolls to the bottom eventually. Especially when you have big fish moving things around, everything ends up in the filter because even teeth. And there we are. We're all done. Pretty much done the video here. Well, that was a little bit painful, but we got her. So we're gonna look at these koi here. We got the things going off. I got a fan up there to keep my nice big air pump cool. Don't want to hurt it. Have a good day.